Do you feel like you was blackballed?
Yeah, they did a good job. They did a they did a good music business. And like I said, it they nope, they couldn't have done anything against me in the music business because my education was they weren't even in the music business. You know what I'm saying? Like when I learned the music business, none of these the Rockefeller, Rough Riders, Death Row, none of these niggas existed. I was studying Walter Yetnikoff and Geffen and Tommy Mottola and Clive Davis, the people who ran the music business. You know what I'm saying? So I made it, based on my abilities. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about the music. No matter what, I don't care. But I had gotten to the point where, see, there was a point in the music business where it all itself up, right? Where at one point, 75,000 albums to the record company, that was a lot of fucking money, right? Because remember, at one point, they was getting $18.99 per album, right? So at some point, that was a lot of money, right? But then at some point, the number rap started selling 200,000 the first week. They even pushed it to 1,000,000 albums the first week on a rap album, right? If I had kept the mentality that chasing the 1,000,000 albums because the music business says if you don't sell more than this amount of albums the first week, you're considered a flop, right? But to the business, I could have just been putting out 75,000 albums every week and been still in the music business today because I would have been doing the cash flow repetitively. You understand what I'm saying? And I got caught up because the music business was saying you need to sell this amount of records or you don't get another shot at it. You see what I'm saying? But the business was saying, just keep putting records in the system if the artists flop. And you're like, yo, I can't do that to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one am I going to do? I was sitting in there with distribution and sitting in there with radio saying, we need a hit. And these motherfuckers saying, we need more units shipped. So I got to sit here and play the game and say, we don't got a hit yet. So we can't ship? Nope. We don't got a hit yet. So you know what I mean? But if I had just been feeding the system, business, right? Your personal mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have bricked Charlie's album. Then what the conversation would have been? I flopped on entertainment. You see what I'm saying? At least she could say never put out an album. That she bricked. But they didn't get it. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to sell records, but you're going to have to follow this machine. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what sold 5 million albums for Jay-Z? It's a hard knock life for us. You know what I mean? Like, you had the record. The first time you was trying to sell them with Imaginary Player. While Biggie got Juicy and One More Chance and Big Papa. Nas got to go get Lauryn Hill, If I Ruled the World, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how classic this album sounds with all of these dope beats, nah, you need If I Ruled the World. So, yeah, I mean, you could point the finger at Un for a lot of shit. But one thing about it is that you niggas is still here, right? And can still do whatever y'all want to do. And the rest of them jokers, artists, they ain't around. They can't still do what y'all do. So who built the better foundation? Me or them? Cause all my shit gonna be classics.
Before Big died, what was his official plans?
More money, more problems. I mean, it was fashion, it was food, it was film, it was television. You know what I'm saying? I remember coming to Big in the first part of his career, and I said, yo, man, I think you should play Fat Albert in the movie. And he was like, man, yo, you bugging, un. And then after One More Chance came out, he said, I'll play Fat Albert now. So he understood, you know what I'm saying? He understood, man. So yeah, we and the plans are still being executed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was just a roadblock. You know what I mean? Like I said, the kids, what I would do, I would call Gumbo to do Luca Brasi, and I would do a brand, a Bud brand, a collab with Notorious Big and Branson, and I would get burn cookies, burner from cookies to distribute it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do with that weed brand for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Go get Gumbo, let him grow the strain, and let Cookies distribute it. You know what I'm saying? And it'll still be a multi-million-dollar business. Them peoples that's in your way, the Puff Daddies and the guys who suing.
So Big, he was taking the acting serious.
Well, I mean, I knew he was there because with Crush on You, he wanted to do not yeah, with Crush on You, the video idea that he had, he wanted to play all of these characters. You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to be a security guard, him and C's. You know what I mean? Like he had a dance called the Bum Bitch. You know what I mean? Like he was funny like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was, you see, he went on Martin, you know what I mean? Right before Martin, he died, he did Martin. You know what I'm saying? He did a little acting on there. Yeah, but that's, he acted in the videos. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where he wanted to be.